what would you say is the number one problem that homesteaders have? Homesteaders in the country or homesteaders in the city? Suburban homesteaders. This is Sandi at Suburban Homesteader Wyoming, Arizona. And the question was presented, what's the number one problem when it comes to homesteading? But I think I would have to answer that is that you don't see what is right in front of you. Sometimes when we go to homestead, even as a suburban homesteader, but it's probably even more as a homesteader that's in the country, is that you're trying to do way too much. There's all these different opportunities, and you're trying to do too much. You have chickens, then pretty soon you have ducks, and then pretty soon you have turkeys, and then you have all these other different farm animals, which is not right or wrong. But can you take care of all of that besides your gardens and everything else you're doing? Because a lot of homesteaders work another job too. So you only have X amount of hours in the day, and you're not really seeing what's right in front of you. What are the opportunities with what you have right now? Maybe you're just starting out and all you have is the garden. Pick those things to grow that will have a return for you. Now, that return may be just feeding your family. But if you have to have extra income, use that garden produce, the extra garden produce, to either sell at farmers markets, to sell online, to sell to neighbors and friends, people you might work with, but not just the fruits and vegetables. What can you do with those to make it more added value? Now, we have a lot of raspberries. Now, I could sell the raspberries themselves, put them in a little cart containers just like they do in the store. But it's much more valuable to me if I make raspberry jam. If I throw jalapenos in with that raspberry jam. If I'm making syrups, if I'm making pies with those, the price point is much better for me to do that. Now, does it add work to me to do it? Yes. But if the idea is to eventually not have to leave your homestead, even if it's a suburban homestead, what can you do? What are those things right in front of you? Now, there's not anything wrong with having lots of different poultry, ducks, chickens, turkeys, emus, anything that you want to have. The sky's the limit. You can do about anything you want. But when you look at the difference between, say, ducks and chickens, when you want to process them, if that's what you're going to do, it's much easier to process a chicken than it is a duck. And for you homesteaders who have tried this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're just having them for the eggs, do you have the space? Ducks are messy, much more messy than chickens are. They like their water, and that means a lot of splashing and a lot of water and mess different places. But there's nothing wrong with having those. But look at what you have right in front of you. With the time and the cost, is it valuable enough for you to take away from your family, to take away from your time? Are you making those value-added decisions? And I think as a homesteader, a suburban homesteader for me, it's very important for me to look at every aspect on, is this working for me? Is this, with all the expense, the time, the return, is it balancing it up? Am I making a profit? Now, that goes with everything that's right in front of you. Are you making a profit with your time? Is your time valuable, and are you using it to the full potential? Now, when I look at it through those perspectives, I don't actually need more land. Would I like more land? Yes. It's very romantic. But with more land, there's more taxes, there's more things to do, because we are always going to add more things to our homestead if we have more land. It's kind of just built in us. But there comes a point that too much is too much. And so what I believe is a homesteader's number one problem is not really looking at what is right in front of you. What do I have right now that I can use to its full potential? Be that my farm animals, my gardens, my fruit trees, my crafts, my hobbies. Am I using everything to its potential to make my homestead profitable? And that profitability can either be in the form of money or the happiness that we have on our homestead. This is Sandi at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. Let me know in the comments what you believe is the homesteading number one problem.